Hi, I'm Li Yuanling, and today we will talk about the integrating technology into classrooms. And now, there are three teach tools I choose. There are VR and Kahoot and YouTube video. And now, we will talk about the VR first. The VR is a computer simulation technology that allows users to enter an immersive 3D digital environments through a hand-mounted device. There are four features of VR. The first one is immersion through the panoramic 3D screen and serial sound and hand tracking and other technologies so that the users feel immersive express. And the next one is interactivities. Users can use joysticks, motion scenes device, and so on to touch, move, and rotate objects into the virtual environment. And the next one is real-time feedback. VR can improve interactivities by using motion capture and ice scanning technology to adjust the perspective or object response in real time according to the user's behavior. And the last one, it can promote students' cutting edge thinking. They are not only enhance students' special imagination, but also activates their ability to adapt to according to cutting edge technology. And the topic I choose for VR is solid geometry in mathematics and is for grade 9. And why VR is suitable for solid geometry? The first reason I think it can break through the limitations of 2D textbooks and enhance the sense of space. And because the solid geometry is one of the most difficult topic in mathematics for students to master, because 2D graphics on paper are difficult to represent real spatial relationships. And the VR allows students to rotate, disassemble, and combine geometry to understand complex. And the next reason is replace abstract reasoning with hands-on action. Traditional class rely on hand-drawn graphics, while VR allows students to disassemble the graphics themselves, making it easier to understand cutting, unfolding, routing, and other operations. And the last reason is provide multiple perspectives and adapt to different learning styles. And now you may ask me, how does VR affect teaching? And now I will give you two examples. The first one is students can master how to obtain the cross-section shape of slide geometry through practical operation. After entering the VR environment, students can cut any slide geometry by themselves in VR environment and explore cross-section shapes in different locations. And I think by hands-on cutting, instead of imagination, students can more clearly understand the cutting effect of different processions. And students can try many times in this process, and this behavior is found by students on their own initiative, which is of great help of students' learning and memory. The next example is students can master the real meaning of geometry volume formula of the slide. In VR, provide an empty transparent container for students to fill with the water and master the Vomunate needs to feel it to understand the nature of the venue formula. I think it is helpful students to understand the Voynich compass by experimenting with their own hands rather than memory formulas, and let students see value changes to enhance institute feelings. There are also some limitations of using VR. The first one is expensive equipment. Not all schools can afford the high cost of VR equipment, and the school may have a multiple students using one VR, which may lead to unequal student participation. And the next one is it may cause dizziness or imposter optation leading to discrepancy. In order to avoid this problem, teachers should always pay attention to the students when students use the VR. Now I will talk about the Kahoot. Kahoot is a game-filled online learning platform mainly used for classroom interaction to enhance class participation and the learning effect. There are three features of Kahoot. The first one is game-filled learning, to use of timed response, ranking points, and other machine mechanics to make learning interesting and competitive. It also supports single-player and team models. The team model can also promote class participation and competition, and create a positive learning culture. And the next one is strong interaction. Students can answer questions in real time, and teachers can see the answers in real time to understand the student's mastery. The last one is multiple question types. There are a variety of question types to choose from, such as multiple choice, fill in the blank, voting, and pathwise. The topic I choose for Kahoot is chemistry, the periodic table, and it's for grade 7. There are four reasons I choose Kahoot for the periodic table. The first one is the large amount of information and difficulty in memory. The periodic table of elements contains 180 elements, and students need to remember the symbols, names, and the relationship between groups of elements, which are easy to forget by rote memorizing. And the next one is enhance competition and communication among students. I think the Kahoot can help students consolidate these rules quickly and improve learning effect. And the next one is gamified learning to increase engagement, because the Kahoot competition modules allow students to strengthen memory in a relaxed atmosphere and avoid boring memorizing. And the last one is the teacher can know the student's knowledge in time. And there is an example for how does Kahoot affect teaching. We can ask students to use Kahoot in competition module. The team that answers the most questions correctly wins, such as metals and vs non-metals, which elements conduct electricity more easily. By using the Kahoot, I think it can improve students' understanding of the chemical properties of elements and enhance class participation, and the use of group competitions and games enhance students' interest in learning. And there have some limitations of using Kahoot. The first one is excessive competition may make some students anxious. So I think we should open to students, appropriately receive students' pressures and motivate and encourage students. And the next one is improper decisions of questions can cause students to lose interest. Design question carefully and discuss citations after competitions and deepen understanding. And the last teaching tools I will introduction is YouTube video. The YouTube video is the world's largest video sharing platform, and it has a wealth of educational resource. And here is a link for the education resource. And here are some features of YouTube video. The first one is massive learning resource. YouTube has excellent instructional videos for all subjects, including math, science, history, language learning, programming, and more. And the next one is intuitive visual teaching. Many videos use a lot of ways to make it easier for students to understand abstract concepts such as physiological experiments and chemical reactions and so on. And the last one is personalized learning. YouTube video learning improves the fairness of resource access, and students can watch and learn independently, and students can pause and play back at any time. The topic I choose for YouTube video is geography, fermentation and effect of earthquakes, and it's for grade 8. And here is some reasons I choose YouTube for this topic. Okay, the first one is visualize complex concepts, and the next one is multimedia learning effect is better. The surveys show that students will pay more attention and be more interested in watching videos. And the next one is video learning is better. Videos can not only visually express complex concepts, but students can also watch them over and over again to review. And here is an example for how does YouTube affect teaching. To help students understand the fermentation and machination of earthquakes, teachers use YouTube videos show how earthquakes happen and watch how different types of seismic waves travel while video analyze the relationship between the magnitude of different earthquakes and the degree of damage. I think through video demonstrations, students see how earthquakes are formed, and students can more easily understand this abstract concept, and through repeat viewing to strengthen memory and improve students' learning interest and performance. And there are also two limitations of using YouTube video. The first one is students are easily distracted by passive watching, and I think it is suggested that teachers can set up questions after watching a video to ensure that students take the initiative to think. And the next one is online video quality bias. I think teachers can choose videos more carefully and avoid two situations of poor video quality. And now here is a summarize. First, let students watch YouTube teaching videos and learn basic knowledge by themselves, and then use Kahoot competitions to test and learn results from a Fairpite classroom module. or combine VR with classroom discussion to improve the depth of interaction, and this will demonstrate a higher levels of innovation. Thanks for listening.